Greetings, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sisters, womb carriers. This is going to be kind of like a mini part two to the energy that we're coming into from our Mama Magick, right? Yeah, let me give you some of that. Use some of that smoke. We're going to cleanse the energy. I'm trusting that whoever opens this, whoever is in need of a message or in need of just peace, right? Peace of mind, that I'm trusting that this video will give some clarity to the energy that we're rolling into. We just hit our summer solstice, so now it's time to bloom, time to blossom. So the intentions that we sowed back with the earth element, the Taurus New Moon, when we initially did Mama Magick, we were sowing new seeds of new intentions that we desire to bring forth. And of course, I had some journal prompts. There was a 7-day journal prompt. There was a Taurus full moon journal prompts, like things to get our juices flowing and to get to be able to script and get things down on the paper, right? And we're in the Cancer season, right? This Cancer new moon is signifying, it represents our fourth house, right? Our house, the house of our home, right? It's the mama energy. It's a water element, so it's that sacral energy, that womb space. Again, right? Cancer deals with our home life, our family. It is about, and this time we should be, either you're already at this point, you're beyond this point, or going through the transition. But wherever you are at, this energy is calling for us to really get clear on our home. And when it says home, right, I don't think of, yes, you could equate it to your actual physical home, but the home that I'm speaking about is the home that we live in, right? Our bodies, our vessel, right, that our soul inhabits. So when it comes to this energy of the home, the divine feminine, right, that making peace, if you haven't done so already, but making peace with those pieces of you that you have shamed, that you have shunned, that you have had guilt towards because of society, right? But as we know, society is collapsed. The society as we know it has collapsed. And as we are flowing and going into we are creating our universe, right? Our own personal universe within this multiverse, right? As we are creating, really get clear on what it is that you desire and how you want to show up, how you want to make that connection. Like, what is the I always ask people, like, at the end of your life, what do you want your obituary to say? So what is it that you are calling in for your life, for yourself, for your being? When you go home into your heart space, right, and you make peace and you balance out the energy between the mind and the heart, what is that energy, right? How does that look to you? How does it smell? How does it feel? What more do you need to do? What more do you not need to do, right? Some of our prompts were centered around, where do you need more balance, right? Where can you pull back your energy? Where could you pour more energy into? So again, with this energy, is calling for the same thing. I just heard the final countdown, like that song. So again, really getting connected to thyself and ensuring that we are really operating in our divine power, our divine essence because it is so imperative. We did a meditation and I went through some of the feminine aspects of the tarot cards, right? And it's about tapping into being a magician, right? That Empress energy with the magician, as above so below, right? Realizing that what is in the spiritual realm will make its way to the physical realm when it's allowing space for, I'm hearing, be patient. Like really being patient, because again, a lot of us are in spaces that we've never been. All of this shit is new to us, right? So whether you are very well versed, right, it doesn't matter how high up in the food chain you are, you're not unscathed by life shit, right? Whether you're in the middle, you're in the void, or whether you are just beginning, at each stage we all have the power, if we are willing to surrender to the power, to create these worlds within ourselves that will just ooze out of us and you know, connect and light everything that we touch. So I'm going to do a reading for this Cancer energy, right? I'm gonna do a spread for, you know, what is our collective energy when it comes to where we're at. We're gonna tap into the conscious, the subconscious, what is leaving and what is coming in. And I trust that everyone is able to pull something from this, from wherever you're at, right? Because we all are experiencing different journeys. We all walk different paths. And sending love to your womb space. The devil card trying to pop out. So if there is, we have to realize that, you know, the devil is not outside of us. The devil is within us. That's that lower nature, right? That keeps you attached to people, places, and things. And realizing that you are the only thing that can really keep you attached. Realizing that any given time you have the power to release. You have the power to release. You don't have to stay in that energy. So for the conscious energy of our womb collective, for those of you who participated and want to partake in what is coming, we ask, what is the collective? Okay. The energy for the subconscious of our womb collective, our Mama Magick, tapping into our magic. What is the subconscious energy? The energy that is hidden, right? What is the energy that is What is the energy that is coming in? I'm sorry, what is the energy that is leaving, going out the west, right? What is that energy? Oh, we have a lot of reversals. Not necessarily meaning anything negative, but it's something to definitely pay attention to. What is the energy that is coming in? What is that new energy? Oh, you see that? She wanted to hop out, right? So for the energy that is in our conscious, right? I got the Page of Cups and it was in reverse. So with this Page of Cups, and I clarified it by the High Priestess. So with the energy that is known, with the Page of Cups, she's normally upright in energy of, you know, a wanderer, right? Taking that next step to try something, you know what I'm saying, to try something new, right? And Cups is water energy. That's our sacral. That's our, think of, it's a feminine aspect. Think of how we come into the world. We come into the world through water, right? So with this Page of Cups energy in reverse, followed by the High Priestess, is giving having spiritual authority over yourself and not being afraid of it. Like, you know that there needs to be some sort of a deeper connection, right? Like going to the next level, right? The High Priestess is she represents beauty. She represents a balance, right? But with that energy in reverse, is saying that there may be some hesitancy of really stepping up and showing, like, you may know that you have to do a little bit more, show up a little bit more, right? And look how the High Priestess is showing up, baby. She's showing up. She's ready to work. But there's a little bit, it could be a little bit of self-sabotage. It could be clearing the debris of the old cycle. It could be like she got her foot on the moon. Like, you know what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Managing your emotions. Ooh, and that Cancer energy, when it comes to bringing it home and bringing it to yourself, make sure that you are in control of that, right? Not faking the funk, not acting as if shit does not phase you, right? But being real truthful with yourself and how you are showing up. The High Priestess is the one that people will go to get this divine information, the divine knowledge. But because she's in tap with her spirituality, right? She's in tune with her intuition. She's in tune with her womb, her divine connection, her seat of power, right? So don't allow yourself to be taken off of your throne because of your emotions. And again, this is the subconscious energy. So there may have been instances or situations that may have been coming up that may have you questioning or something of that sort. Don't, right? And then the subconscious energy and what is hidden. You got fire energy. And the Knight, right? The Knight is like the Page is like the wanderer, right? Let me go and explore. But like the Knight is the student, and it's in reverse. So when it comes to what we know and what is hidden, there is something that you have to ask for clarity on. Why is there maybe kind of a little bit of a standstill when it comes to getting to the next level, right? So that's definitely going to call for tapping in and going within and going into a meditative state, journaling, going for a walk, asking for things to be revealed, because the subconscious, right, is the hidden. So we need it to come to light so we could shed light on it, so we can get out of that space of that double Dutch phase, right? And when I clarified, so the Knight of Wands could be, you know, when it's in the reverse, can be impulsive, not thinking things out straight. Like, yes, we want to take action, but we want to have our aces in the places, right? We don't want to just be jumping out the window, you know? And with the Queen of Wands, you see she's sitting on her throne. She got the black cat right there. That's the divine feminine energy, right? But she came out in reverse. And it could be aware for if there is moments of maybe like an abusive power and how you show up, right? Having that balance again, being certain not allowing. So I was speaking about the dark feminine earlier. So we want to be in the dark feminine because she gets shit done, right? Again, the dark feminine are the aspects that most of us, majority of us, have hidden and suppressed because of society. And this is the energy that is hidden, but not allowing that energy to come out in a negative light, right? Because oftentimes it's always associated with being evil. Oh, it's dark, right? But in actuality, it's just we start in the dark, right? In the beginning, there was darkness, and they said, "Let there be light," right? So allowing space for that hidden aspect to come out, those hidden aspects to come out, and to show up and show out, and to show up and to show out, right? So the hidden aspects, not allowing yourself to be insecure or asking those dark feminine aspects, right? Asking for those things to be revealed so you could easily flow in that high priestess energy. Taking care of home, taking care of self, but not doing it, in a manner that is demeaning others or demeaning your family. And when it comes to the Nine of Swords, that's the energy that is leaving. So being in a brain fog, right? You're going through a transition when it comes to your thoughts. No more sleepless nights because you're gaining clarity. No more being unsettled in your energy. No more having your brain feeling like it's going, like you don't know if you're coming or you're going, because you're going within to balance the self. I often notice that for me personally is that when my mind is running rampant, it's because my heart is not at peace. My heart is not calm. So allowing for yourself to make that transition from this energy, from this hindrance, right? This is what is leaving, coming out of that energy. And what it says that is coming in is the Five of Wands, and we know five's the conflict. 5 is change. So what is coming in is a change, and with the conscious energy there, with the subconscious energy, with whatever change or whatever shift that is about to happen, you need to be able to stand on business. You got to be able to stand 10 toes down, okay? That is what the energy is calling for. And with the wands, again, that's fast, that's action, that's Mars energy, is fiery energy. So it's coming in at a rapid rate. But if we have the brain fog, if we have the imbalance of energy and not being able to connect to ourselves when this shit hit the fan and when it happened, it's going to continue to go left. And we want to be able to move out of that space of not having healthy impulsive energy, because with everything there's the polarity. It's always the upside and the downside, a healthy side, an unhealthy side. But the energy that we are in, it is calling for us to not have to be in survival mode. It's thrive mode time. It's go season, right? And go season doesn't always mean taking action. Go sit your ass down. Go take a bath. Go read a book. Like knowing how to fully lean into that. Make that appointment. Make that time for yourself. Because if you don't put you first, who will? Like, especially with a lot of us being mothers, if you do not put yourself first, who is going to put you first? So again, making peace with where you are at, not having guilt or shame for where you are at, sitting in that shit. That's what I like to say. Sit in that shit. Look what's at the bottom of the deck. It's time. You're being asked to move forward toward the dream that you've been carrying in your heart. It's time to bring it out into the world. You are ready. It's time. If that's not a timely message, if that is not a timely message, so again, it doesn't mean going and, not listening and doing things impulsively, but taking the necessary actions. Sometimes it's time mean doing that internal work, right? Writing out the game plan before you just go try to jump your feet out there, and then you end up having to, it's like when we don't listen to our parents, right? We don't listen to our parents. Our parents are telling us, look, you shouldn't be hanging out with such and such. And what do? Go and hang out with such and such, right? And I feel like that's something that is what is missing from society, is a lot of the stories that the griots would, tell. Because a lot of us didn't have to learn from personal experience. We got to learn from listening to the story, receiving that wisdom, right? And the divine wisdom is within all of us. So what other messages need to come out? Is there anything else? You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities. Staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. What did I just say? Script the story. Write it out. Plant the seeds of what it is that you see and go for it. That is that change, right? That could be that conflict, because within self, right? This is this energy, the impulsive, right? Not thinking the shit out. We don't want to be in that space. We want to be able to hear and be able to flow. What else do you have? I just recently uploaded a video on my She Speaks page, and It was saying trust the process, and I got another message that came with that when it comes to truly trusting the process and to surrender and allow the universe to lead you. Do I want? Okay, that's only two. Have faith. What I just say, trust the process. 25 on the clock. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet, still, you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. Baby, you got to be the Lulu. My word that came to me this year was audacity. Have the audacity to show up for your motherfucking self. I said I was going to stop saying that word, but it did just slip out. Focus. You're being asked to shift your focus away from what isn't working and toward what is. Paying extra attention to where you place your focus is the first step to creating an amazing life. You're being asked to focus. You are coming out of the energy of not having a clear sight. Coming out of the energy of doing things impulsively, right? Coming out of the energy of having insecurities over shit that needs to be deaded. Fear of being seen, fear of not being liked, fear of not, making it, fear of not having enough. Uno más. Break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. So if it's, when I said the home life earlier, people, places, and things, break free from those things. What is yours will be yours. 2727 will always be yours. You do not have to fight for it. Release the change, break the cycle. This is something I used to say back in 2014. Break the chains or break the cycle. Break feet free. Imagine yourself being a pot. Not a pot, a plant in a pot. And now your weeds are needing to expand, and now you don't have enough space, and you notice you're starting to wilt, right? You need to be repotted. Simple as that. Time to be repotted. Break free. I'm going to pull an African goddess rising. Again, I trust it. If you made it this far, I appreciate, love you, right? Thank you for showing up for yourself, for me, and opening up yourself. Again, I'm trusting that if not the whole message, you got a piece of something that hit and that you felt it. So we got sacred lust. So she was the goddess and she had two lovers. See, this will be shunned when it comes to the divine feminine energy, because women, you're not supposed to do those sorts of things, right? But you deserve pleasure. You are worthy of pleasure, whatever that pleasure is, whatever floats your boat, right? But whatever pleasure it is that you seek, you can have it all. That's tapping into that Queen of Wands in reverse energy. Release any attachment to insecurities or shame or guilt or jealousy. And it said break free. Get real naked. Get real transparent. So you're able to expand. Look at her arms out. She got a serpent on her. And she got flowers. While standing on a lion. Like, that's powerful. Again, have faith that everything is going to work in your favor. And again, she got the moon on top of her head. That's tapping into that divine, ancient, feminine energy, to where a woman could really be a woman in her juiciness, in her richness, in her abundanceness, right? You are worthy of pleasure. And again, earlier I mentioned there's healthy ways of things and unhealthy ways of things. Let me get the book for this one. Katesh. She was the Kemetic goddess, it says Egyptian, but I'm going to say Kemetic, of sacred sexuality, ecstasy, and fertility. Her two men were the fertility of, are the fertility god Men and Mantu. So the men of fertility and war, creation and destruction, basically. Creating that balance within yourself. You are an erotic creature, and you have a divine right to experience sensual ecstasy. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. You deserve to feel good. It feels good to feel good. So allow yourself to feel good. Lean into your sacred lust. Turn up your own fire and quench your own thirst. Dance with pleasure. You daring to embrace your sensuality will set the world on fire. It feels good to feel good. I'm wearing orange. That's that sacral energy. She is giving all of the sacral energy, right? And her men were the men of fertility and war, of creation and destruction. When we do not have that balance, you will find yourself leaning into the destruction. You will find yourself leaning into the destruction. But you have to remember who you are. Remember that you sit on the throne, even when you're standing, even when you're not feeling your best. You sit on the throne. And tap into that divine wisdom, so we're able to create. I'm gonna do a badass affirmation, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Back in January, I created a self-love jar, and like, everyone has their own personal definition of what sexy is and what pleasure is and what sensuality is. So I heard, create a list of those things that make you feel like, that make you feel sensual, sexy, that makes you feel like walk in abundance, walk in love, right? That makes you magnetize all of your desires to you. What are those things? It could be as simple as something that's going to go get a massage, right? In my self-love jar, I have dance naked in front of the mirror, right? Dancing naked in front of the mirror. Really flowing and connecting with my body, right? Grabbing a mirror and talking to your yoni, right? Putting her out in the sun. Like, what are these? Create that list and start to do these things to check off these things, so you're able to really get out of that insecure vibe, get out of that shame, get out of that judgment, and walk boldly. So even when you have clothes on, you want to be like her. Like, ooh, she letting it all hang out, but she's fully clothed, right? Hell, if you want to go outside naked, that's your prerogative. You could do that. That's your thing. You might want to go to a nudist beach. You feel me? That just came to mind. So start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Oftentimes we think we have to have this grandiose things, and I have to have all the things, and I have to wait until everything is perfect, darling. Speaking to myself. And baby, what the old people say, it's in you. It ain't on you. It is within you. But it's about us going within. The only way out is to go within. Hell, think of when babies are born. The only way out is because they had to go within. They had to be within. The only way out of this life is you making the choice to go within, to determine that, you know what, maybe, you know, once we leave here, right? Once we transition, we've already completed the task. That's going within. Goodness. I just want two more. Expand, break free, focus. We cannot stop trauma from resurfacing. We cannot stop new trauma from being created. We cannot stop things ending, being in the void. We cannot stop these things. It is inevitable. Just like the season changing, right? So with that being said, allow yourself to lighten your load. Put the things down that are on your mind. Take action, but take divine action, intuitive action. What you got? Two more. Dos más. Is that it? I am brave, I am fierce, and I can do hard fucking things. I am brave. I am fierce. Even when you're scared, you're still brave. You're still doing it. It's okay. Mistakes are just proof that you're trying. Don't give up. Everybody make mistakes. We can't stop that, right? But are we learning from our mistakes? Are you allowing your mistakes to stop you, right? Don't give up. The breakthrough is right around the corner. So even when I'm working with my babies and we're working on something, we're doing math, or Jay's trying to sound out a word he's never read before, and I'm like, your breakthrough is right around the corner. Just like when you start riding a bike. Sometimes you might fall a couple times, but if you decide to give up, you don't realize how close you are to actually getting it, to winning, right? So your breakthrough is right around the corner. It is okay. Mistakes are just proof that you are trying. Don't give up. So with that energy being said, and this Cancer energy, and this water energy, and this mother energy, set new intentions for your home. And not just your physical home with your family, with your children, with your home, the vessel that you inhabit, right? I love you all. I trust that something was here for everyone. Yeah, peace.